In this video, I'm going to tell you why you should learn React to become a front-end developer. React is one of the most used tools in the front-end development industry today. Many famous websites and apps are made with React. Places like Facebook, Instagram, Netflix are all using React to assist users to conveniently and quickly use the website. Compared to other front-end tools that can be seen as competitors, such as Vue, Angular, Svelte, etc., you can see that React has the highest market share. As such a widely used technology in the industry, learning React is a great advantage as a developer. Not only is it advantageous for employment, but there are also plenty of educational materials available for study, making it easy to learn. What could be the reason why React is so widely used? The first is reactivity. Before the advent of systems like React, a web page, almost all user actions were conducted through a refresh. On such a page, even if you click the like button, the whole page would blink and reload in the process of changing the color of the button. The reason is as follows. The web pages we see are like how word processors read document files. Browsers such as Safari or Chrome get HTML documents and related files from the server and then execute and display them. In the early websites, when things need to be modified, such as when the user clicks a button, it had to send a request to the server and execute all the resources again. Therefore, the user had to put up with the inconvenience of the entire page being refreshed just to see the look of a small button change. However, after the introduction of technology such as Ajax and the creation of tools like React, when a user clicks a button, the browser sends a related request to the server. The server only sends the data needed to modify the button to the browser, and the browser uses JavaScript to change just that element. Therefore, users can enjoy a much more pleasant web surfing experience, and they can now enjoy powerful and convenient features like infinity scrolling. The second is reusability. Early web pages were written as a single HTML document like this. If some elements constituting this page are used on other pages, you had to copy the code of that part and write it in a new document. This not only duplicates codes, but when the element needed to change, there was the inconvenience of having to find and correct the corresponding part in all documents. Front-end libraries and frameworks of today, including React, allows you to break down the elements of the website into parts called components. You can separate each component into reusable parts and distribute them into different files. By using these components in combination where necessary, you can reduce code duplication and significantly simplify maintenance.
But can't we implement this reactivity and reusability without something like React? We can create all those things we just talked about by just using JavaScript, right?
Yes, that's correct. However, if you're only using JavaScript, you'd have a lot of work to do. I'll explain it to you through the rest of the reasons we'll be discussing from now on. The third reason to use React is JSX. Let's assume you're implementing a certain element of a web page. It's a simple counter-type component where the numbers increase when you click the button. If you write this in pure JavaScript, you get a code like this. As you can see, it's a verbose code where JavaScript creates HTML elements, inserts values and events, and adds them to the page. If you write this in a React-specific syntax called JSX, the code will be like this. Although you haven't learned JSX yet, this code is much more concise, and you can more intuitively guess the component and its function you want to create.
It feels like a mix of JavaScript and HTML, doesn't it?
Right? Because React programs using this JSX syntax, it allows you to write code that is much more concise and readable than pure JavaScript. The fourth is a characteristic feature of React, the virtual DOM. To explain this concept, you need to first know about the DOM. I will include a separate video for you to watch the DOM if you wish. Here, I'll just use a simple metaphor. As mentioned about reactivity, without refreshing a web page, dynamically changing elements on the web page requires more computation than you think. It's like placing cars of different sizes in a parking lot. Let's assume that all the spaces between cars must be exactly the same. Each car would have to move forward and back, measuring the gap with the car in front in order to park. It would take a lot of time and effort to position all the cars. If this parking lot and cars are DOM, the virtual DOM is like a reduced scale model of each with exact proportions. Using this model to first arrange and marking where each car will park based on this Then directing the cars to park in the marked locations would speed things up a lot. After watching this video, you will understand this analogy much better. Before the browser manipulates the actual DOM, React implements a virtual DOM in JavaScript to finish the necessary calculations beforehand, and then only the DOM that actually needs modification is manipulated, enhancing the performance of the web page.
So, we don't have to code all these things ourselves in JavaScript. You're saying React has implemented all of this in advance?
That's right. In addition to what we talked about in this video, by utilizing numerous powerful features of React, you can easily create a high-quality web application. Thus, we have examined why we should learn React. In the next video, we will install what we need for practice together.